at 149. West Virginia leading 9-5 as we head to 157. Ty Waters, top 10 wrestler for West Virginia, 16-1 against Teague Travis, one of the many ranked wrestlers in this Missouri lineup. And again, in visiting with head coach Brian Smith earlier this week, many times he's had all 10 of his wrestlers qualify for the NCAA tournament, and he says we've got that type of lineup here, and that's the reason why most of them are ranked.
Well, there's no doubt about it. And Travis, obviously coming from Oklahoma State, where he spent the vast majority of his career. And this would be a pretty interesting matchup. Obviously Ty Waters is very good, and he's going to have to wrestle at that capability in order to not just have a win in this particular match. I mean, the rankings are what they are, but I don't think they mean anything, to be honest with you. It's a matter of what happens when you're out there on any particular day, and you got to prove that you're the better guy on that day. And that's got a lot to do with sort of mindset and what's in your head and how you prepare that way.
Teague Travis, fourth place finishes at the Big 12 tournament twice, 24 and 25. And Ty Waters ascended to #1 in the rankings at 157 pounds and suffered his first loss of the year at Arizona State. And that was against a highly ranked opponent in Caleb Larkin. And he's back on track here as he's won his last 4.
You know, and he's going to face a couple of things with people trying to slow him down a little bit, and especially not wanting to let him be on top. He's going to face a lot of that stuff as, you start to get a better sense of what makes somebody good. You got to do your things, but you're also aware that there's certain spaces you don't want to be in unless that's a space you love to be in.
That's it. This is a veteran guy who's, been around the block for a while. His second school, and there was a nice little slide by Ty to get the first takedown of the match. But Travis, like you said, Tony, is a veteran who has been there for a while. He's definitely going to have his game plan going in. And it's just a matter of Ty Waters just being another unorthodox wrestler in this lineup, finds a way to score out of almost any position. So there aren't too many where it's so tough to make him wrestle your match because he's comfortable everywhere.
That's the idea, right? I mean, if you can figure out how to be, I can score. I don't care what we're doing. I'm going to score. I mean, that's a huge advantage. That's and the work it takes to be able to do that is phenomenal. And I don't know that we give people enough credit for that. Oh, you're going to watch him out here. He's like, oh, that's really good. But the work it takes to get into the places that you want to be in and to figure out, I don't care what you're doing, I'll score whether you shoot at me or whether I shoot at you. And Waters really good with that sort of throw-by shrug that he did. He missed it a little bit earlier on and was able to get it that time. I mean, a little pressure in and boom, he's got quick hips and shoulders, and bang, he's back behind you before you realize it. And that's going to be the end of the first period. It looks like he's going to spend that on top. It's going to end up with 1:14 of riding time.
So Waters with his team best 36th takedown of the year. And then, as Tony mentions, he spends the final 1:14 of the period on top. So again, Waters, maybe some bonus points here. 4 tech falls on the year, a couple of major decisions, 3 pins, and he's off to a good start. He'll begin period 2 on the bottom, up immediately, and he spins out. So it's a 4-0 lead for Waters, and again, that ride time point built up in the first period.
Well, and he just does a nice job. He threatens him with that switch action.
Watch that knee.
Yes.
And that was
like Peyton Hall.
I was just about to say, it was the same defense that Peyton Hall uses, where he goes that cross body and really pulls that other thigh and then tries to really, it was that rubber knee, rubber knee that Peyton Hall used to have. And I mean, it just gets you freaked out. Gets you freaked out every time. It's sideways. That's a beautiful reattack.
I'm still thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that time he missed that shrug.
Doesn't get in it again.
No, that time he missed that shrug, and Travis in on the leg, but Waters doing a nice job with, trapping the forearm, and with the whizzer in, you can see Travis would probably like to try to shelf it, but he doesn't really able to do that and sort of lets it go. So Waters does a nice job of that with the Wizard.
Midway through period 2.
It's a pretty physical match. I mean, they're banging on one another
those
pretty
hands
good.
are heavy.
It's a little bit of a rock fight here.
Waters with the lone takedown so far in the first period.
You know, and he's so long that you get used to somebody touching you in a certain distance, and he reaches you in spots where you don't expect him to. So it takes a little getting used to. I don't care how much you train. If you're not training around people with that length, then it makes it a little challenging.
And a lot of times 7 minutes isn't enough time to adapt to that, you know, especially when he's racking up scores of his own. Travis trying to hit the corner here, but Ty stays tough, hand fights, and extends himself out back up to his feet.
And we head to the third. Waters up 4-0 again. Ride time point there for Ty if he can secure it. And we're going to start neutral in the third.
Well, that's the second time that somebody's decided they don't want to go down. So, which is interesting, and especially in these duels. I understand the idea of, but at the certain time, you're trying to figure out also, you might have to get out sometimes. Obviously, he feels like he's got a much better shot on his feet than he does from wrestling on the mat. A little headgear grab there. That's some good move by Travis. Had him off balance a little bit. And there's a nice shot. Waters trying to get real heavy on that. Now he's going to try to shelf that thing and see if he can come around that back corner.
Waters, a Big 12 champ, an All-American, 4th place finish in the NCAA.
Trying to get that cradle.
Final minute here, and there's the whistle. Comes with 1:04 left, and we'll resume. Waters with a 4-0 lead. And this has turned into a battle for Ty Waters.
Well, I didn't expect anything else. You're against Travis, who's got some experience. He's wrestled at a high level for his whole career.
And it was another thing that, like, even whenever you look at his results and what he's doing against common opponents, they're such similar scores. They're very, you know, Travis has the ability to go out and get the bonus points and put almost 20 points on the board. But at the same time, he's keeping it to similar scores to what Ty is. Ty just does a great job continuing to wrestle out of that flurry. Comes out on top, builds a 7-0 lead with 30 seconds left in third.
That's not something a lot of people can do right there. That kind of went, ankle picked him on the far side and kind of drove through it. And then as he was losing his position, just readjusted and went in the opposite direction. Now he's got a chance to finish this on top and actually get a bonus win here as a major decision with under 9 seconds left in the match. Trying to keep that one foot in.
Got that right foot in. And
that's going to happen.
Yeah. So the ride time point makes it 8-0, an 8-0 win for Ty Waters. 4th win of the night for West Virginia. And Waters improves to 17-1 on the year. So the Mountaineers get one of those bonus points back. Scramble there, and Waters finishes it off for his second takedown.
The spatial awareness it takes to be good at that part of it. You're on your head, you're twisting, you're turning. Just a nice job on his part, and then to stay on top at the end. Great work.